Taking a look at Week 12 here at Cleveland Browns franchise. Welcome everybody. For those of you who don't know, my name is Johnny and we are back. I'm recording this actually as the same day, or in the same day that I recorded the last episode, which, I just had fun recording it, so I thought I'd record another episode for fun. In the last episode, if you guys didn't watch that, which you probably should, I don't know why you would start watching this in the middle of the series. I mean, I guess if you just found this video just now, welcome. But I recommend you watch everything else, so that way you kind of get an idea of what's going on here. But yeah, we beat the Saints barely. The refs kind of really bailed us out in quite a few key spots. But altogether, I think it was just really smart football by us. I think we just played really smart, despite the fact that we were really struggling against the Saints defense. But we really, all in all, we pulled together pretty quickly when we needed to, and that's what matters. So yeah, we're taking a look at the Pittsburgh Steelers here. This could be a very dangerous game for us. I don't think I am confident that the Steelers will do anything on offense, really. I'm sure they'll have us in some surprise ways. It depends on who is starting today. I don't necessarily know who they have starting for them right now. It'll be a surprise when we get in the game, but I feel like Justin Fields will give us a lot more of a run for our money, just because of we struggle against the QB scramble. We really do. It is definitely a weakness in our game. We gave up some crucial things when it comes to scrambling a lot of the time, and hopefully, if it is Russell Wilson, I don't see us having too many issues. The combo between Russell Wilson and Pickens can be dangerous, but I don't know. It kind of, we'll see how it goes. Taking a look at the college players here. Take a quick look at these guys. So, looking in here, obviously Brandon McKee is still here. So I started making a list of all the people I like. So I kind of went through, found people I was fond of in this draft, and I added them all to a list. And these are kind of just the positions I'm looking into, or something that I saw that I kind of liked. So obviously Glenn Watson, which we looked at the last episode. This is one of the quarterbacks that they have falling to us later in the first round. Honestly, the more I kind of look into things, I think Glenn Watson has a solid chance at being the best quarterback in this draft class. I don't necessarily know how true that is, because if we look at Jaleel McCutcherson, he is a great looking quarterback. He's perfect in any way, shape, or form what you want to do. He's got great awareness of pressure, very good success in the pocket. He's just great, and he's just an absolute monster of an athlete. Jaleel McCutcherson is just somebody who's got he's got the potential to be a big star in this league. Teddy McDonald, not as much. It's not like terrible. Great strength, great throw power, but Teddy McDonald is really just a pocket passing a type. Might have enough speed to get you a first down or two, maybe like a Jared Goff type. Maybe that's a bad comparison, because I don't know if Teddy McDonald's going to be that accurate, but But Glenn Watson is somebody who I think could really be a nice little fit here. I don't know who I would try to say. I really couldn't tell you a comparison that I would have for him just yet, because we don't really know too much about him. But we know that he's 6'6", he's tall, he has the potential to be quite fast, and he's got great to elite strength and throw power. You don't really need much else other than that when it comes to being a quarterback. So, I don't know. If he does end up falling to us in the first round, I will feel very lucky. If not, we definitely need to go somewhere in the defensive line. I've been really looking into it, and I think Zadarius Smith does not stay with us over the offseason. I think it would be best to move on from him and pick up another edge rusher if possible. If not, it's not an issue with him staying. I like George Phillips. out of Ohio State. Not my favorite college in the world, but whatever, we'll get over it. This is the NFL, this is not college, we don't need to worry about that. But yeah, somebody who I really liked too was this guy, DeMar Spence out of Florida. We don't know very much about him at all, but what we do know is he is a very, very good athlete with really good play recognition. So, I mean, DeMar Spence, I think I like him a little bit more than George Phillips. But, I mean, just DeMar Spence has much better size, and just a much better athleticism, especially for his size. In a run-stopping, archetype is perfect for what we are looking for. There's also defensive tackles. I forget which one I really loved. I think it was Brian Rhodes, who I absolutely loved, because he's got great to elite speed. I mean, at 300 pounds, when you got great to elite speed, you're going to be a really good player. And not to mention, like, these all look really good. And Brian Rhodes is a run-stopping archetype, and we know that power and finesse moves are at a B rating. So Brian Rhodes looks like he could sneakily be one of the better players in this draft class if utilized correctly. And, you know, we got a couple of guys in here. Obviously, Jalen Downs, the safety we've been talking about for a while. James Peake, this is a linebacker, because I was just looking through, trying to find some guys to take down in the back ends. And this guy just seems to be like a really, really strong linebacker, which is something that we could potentially use in certain ways. I don't know what we're going to do with him just yet, but I mean, if you're at 248, great to elite strength at middle linebacker, run-stopping archetype, we might be able to put him into some sets and do something great. Brandon Hutchinson, just a nice little center, just because, you know, Ethan Pokic, we don't know if he's going to end up staying for a million years, but it's just something, like, if he falls to us in the 3rd round, I won't hesitate, but you never know. And then Mark Welch as well. This was wide receiver out of Washington State, who I thought looked really good. Just solid overall, great good speed. C catching traffic, B deep route. I mean, just seems like just somebody who could be a really good player for where they're listed at round 3 to round 4. So it really could be anything. And then Amir Hunt, if he's available in the 7th round, I will definitely be taking him, because I mean, solid to decent speed isn't great. Solid to decent strength is decent. You know, it literally says right there, decent. But he's overall a decent athlete, and he's somebody who I could see end up being like a nice, like, third person down third back on the depth chart. You know, somebody who could be something like that. But yeah, I'm really trying to figure out more stuff when it comes to the later rounds. But for now, we do have a solid look on what we want to take at least day 1 and maybe even all of day 2. And, you know, possibly, depending on how the pieces fall, even into day 3 a little bit. But we'll see what happens. We will see. Alright, but that's enough yapping from me for now. We're going to go ahead and just be diligent here in trying to set up a game plan. We're obviously going to defend the run. Najee Harris. I mean, if they can get in the red zone, the game plan would really just be give the ball to Najee Harris and get out of the way. So I mean, that's what I'm more worried about than anything. Granted, if they end up having a day on passing, I can always switch it up at the half. We'll see. Now, this is where I'm not sure I agree. Because, I mean, they say that throwing is the best idea, but I'm not 1,000% sure I agree with that. We're going to go run inside for now. Because, like I said before, it's not like we can't change anything later. But yeah, it's just, this is going to be a smash mouth game. It really is. It's going to be an absolute smash mouth game. Nobody's going to want to let up. It's going to be a difficult one. It really is. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. But yeah, just, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous, I gotta say. But I don't know. If you haven't already, by the way, be sure to name a prospect in this draft class. You can do so. I would love to see some of you add some more names. We definitely have a couple names in there. We have Delonte Samurai and Bruce Lee, who I think are a wide receiver and cornerback. So if any of you guys want to name like a quarterback or even a kicker, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, just let me know, guys. I'll name whoever you'd like. Okay, here is where it happens. I am quite concerned right now as to how this game is going to go. I'm not feeling super great because it looks like it's going to be Justin Fields, which I was worried that it was going to be Justin Fields, because now this is really going to be a ground game on the Steelers' part, and we struggle to hold the ground game, so it's not going to be easy. But let's just go ahead, get straight into this. Let's kick this ball off. We're wearing our alternate classics. They're wearing their alternate classics. Let's see how much fun we can have here. All right. All right, good little kneel. And something I'm going to try to do is, just with the series structurally, if you guys care, I'm going to probably try to get through the rest of this season a little bit quicker. I'm going to try to at least try a little bit to get through the season a little bit quicker. Just because, wow, all right. And immediately, Najee Harris takes it for 17 yards. See, this is not where we need to be starting. This is not how we need to be starting things off. But anyways, I'm going to try to probably get through the rest of this season as quickly as possible. Hopefully. Oh, I was trying to jump that route. That was all me. That was all me. I thought maybe I could jump that. But yeah, I'd like to do that because I know you guys probably want to see some of your name prospects. And also we need to carry on with the series because we've technically been on season 1 for, what, almost 7 months now? Or about 7 months, you never know. It's, yeah, that's something. So, I don't know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Hopefully you guys don't mind me uploading the series. I know it's not necessarily my niche, I guess you could call it, quote unquote. I don't know why I just did finger quotes like you guys could see me. But, yeah, it's something that I like to record. It's fun to record. Ooh, okay, that could have been a turnover, possibly. But these are really fun videos to record. Doesn't require too much. I don't know. I like them. I like recording it. So I hope you guys like watching it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This could potentially be a really sneaky one. I think it might be going. Nope. Oh, come on, get him. There we go. All right. Man, I really fell for the fake there. I really thought that was coming. Call me crazy, but this is a passing play. This is not a running play. And you are now allowed to call me crazy. Luckily, they didn't really get much out of that. Okay. Right, let's see what happens here. Justin Fields, yeah, he's just gonna take it to the crib. All right, well, that's what I was worried about. That is what I was worried about. I knew Justin Fields was going to be a scramble threat. And he gets it into the end zone. First touchdown of the game is a Justin Fields scramble. Well, okay. I can live with that, I guess. I mean, whatever. We really played just very sloppy, terrible defense. Just gave up every inch of yardage that we possibly could. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Brendan Rice gets a decent return. Okay, alright. Okay, we love to see that. But yeah, just, man. All in all, I'm loving what these uniforms are looking like right now. I love the white helmets. I love them a lot. Okay. Let's go. Nick Chubb takes it for 5 yards. That's good. We can take it for 5 yards per carry. We win the game. So, there's that. That's all we need to worry about. If we can get enough yards on the ground per carry, we can just win this game only not even having to pass the ball. But, as you can tell, it doesn't always work like that. As we just saw right there. So, we're going to try this again. Also, I did try to tweak the sliders a little bit. Not anything too crazy, like just minor little tweaks. Nothing to write home about. Oh. Couldn't hold on to it. Alright. Yeah, nothing to write home about. I just adjusted the CPU defense a little bit, and, what else did I do? CPU defense, and I think my blocking. Just to try to make the game feel a little bit more realistic. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I formation. I don't want to cover zero this, so I'm not going to. I'm going to pinch. And we get him in the backfield. That's perfect. A great start. Okay. We really need to worry about the QB spy here. No, don't let him get that first. Alright, 3rd and inches. That was definitely a first down, but I'm not going to complain. Alright. Yeah, let's show blitz. Come on, get the quarterback, Didn't get the quarterback. Okay, well, yeah, see, this is really not working out in our favor right now. Do we think this is field goal range for them? Probably not. Wow, I'm surprised he held on to that. Yeah, Justin Fields is playing a great game right now. Real great game. I'm not even a Justin Fields person. I'm not a Justin Fields believer, but he's playing a really great game right now, and there's no denying that. This might be a run. We're gonna shift everybody this way. And I was right to do that. Didn't help us too much, but it got the job done. Okay. Let's just focus on protecting the sticks. That's what I'm worried about. Alright. Good work. Are they gonna go for they're gonna go for the field goal here. I don't know if they make this. Nah, they're probably gonna make this. It's Chris Braswell. He's not that terrible. Apparently I was wrong, he is. Okay. Well, that's a good, I guess that's a good thing for us. It's a good look for us. Alright. We're gonna switch this up to a run here. Nick Chubb just really couldn't get very far up there. Oh, I kind of like the idea of sending David Njoku long. Gonna create some sort of separation here. Marquise Goodwin gets it. Good little grab. Alright. David Njoku touchdown? No. I think I just put a little too much underneath that ball. He had the separation too, which sucks, but what are you gonna do? Alright. Nick Chubb, look at that. Beautiful, finds the gap, takes it up for a first down. That's what you like to see. Okay. This isn't necessarily the best play we could be making, but let's see, we might be able to make something out of it. Oh, come on, Jameis. He was right there, and Patrick Queen's gonna pick us off. Alright. Well, after playing the Saints and giving up 0 turnovers, we give up our first turnover in the past 6 months. That's a funny way to put it, I guess. That is a funny way to put it indeed, but what are you gonna do? Man, we were mounting a pretty great drive too. I don't get how that got so... I don't get how that got so far out of reach for Nick Chubb, you know? I'm gonna be kicking myself about that one all game. I'm gonna be kicking myself about that one for a while. He held on to it. Man, I'm sorry. I can't get. I just can't get over that. That was so difficult. That was so difficult. Great hit right there. All right. Well, trying to move on. 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 for Pittsburgh. Let's flip this over this way. I just have I had a wrong feeling. But it's 3rd and 4. I feel hopeful that we can get a stop right now. A stop would be great. Especially because I'd rather not go down 2 scores. I don't think anybody really wants to let a team score, unless you really need time on the clock like that, but let's watch the sticks. And he misses his man. Perfect. Alright. Justin Fields makes a costly mistake right there. Well, we'll see if it's a costly mistake. It might not be. Might end up not being a very costly mistake at all. So we're down at the 19. Let's see what we can let's see what we can do. We have some possibilities out here. 1 safety high. This might be Elijah Moore. And it is. That was like the easiest read of my entire life. Alright. I'd love to see Nick Chubb take it way downfield here. He's not going to, but it's a great first down. Okay. Just give it up to David Njoku. Don't do anything stupid. Let's just play this safe. Only 1 safety high again, so I'm okay with throwing this. Nick Chubb gets some great yardage. Perfect. And so far, this game plan is working exactly how we needed it to. Getting some great stuff up the gut. And that's leading it so we can get a somewhat decent passing game on because they keep getting worried that we're going to run the football. So, not too shabby. They got 2 deep safeties here. And my philosophy, if there are 2 deep safeties, you better be running that football. Fortunately, we got nothing there, but I stand by what I said. I like the chances of Jerry Jeudy here. Just throws not where I need it to be. The throws are not where I need them to go. Alright, well, let's see if we can maybe throw them in the corner. I'm not a big fan of the way that punt looks. Yep. Alright. Well, just a little less power would have been perfect, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Okay, so not too bad of a drive. We're starting to get some kind of offensive momentum. It's a fumble! Alright! Now whether or not that stays a fumble, we'll see. Let's see if we can maybe get a stop. No. They're gonna probably reverse it. Yep, and they do reverse it. They called a catch, too. Wow. I don't know if I'd be calling that a catch, but sure, whatever. Man, we're having all these really, really close calls where I'm like thinking, oh, that's a pick, but then it doesn't end up being a pick, you know? Man, we really need a pass. We really need like just more of a pass rush from the front end, from like our defensive tackles. I know I was preaching run defense earlier when we were talking about all the prospects and whatnot, but yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe getting a pass rush minded. Wow, and Najee Harris just threw us off. But getting a pass rush minded defensive tackle might not be the worst idea right now. Somebody who's like an Aleem McNeil type would be great. Come on, stop him in the backfield. Perfect. 3rd and 1. Okay. Here's what we need to do. You be spy. And we stop him in the backfield. Perfect. That is exactly what we needed right now. That is exactly what we needed. This defense is playing a lot better now. Those first 2 drives were really, really bad. That was a terrible punt. Those first 2 drives were really bad, but it seems like we're really figuring things out now on defense. Now we just have to figure things out on offense. I'm gonna turn this into a play action. So I have a feeling that Jerry Jeudy is going to beat you deep. Jerry Jeudy does this, but Jameis does not get the ball where it needs to be. That has been the story of this game so far. Jameis is not doing us too great right now. Nick Chubb only gets a yard there. Maybe I went a little too wide, but we really don't have any choice. We kind of have to go deep here. Okay, maybe not like this. We can probably just, yeah, we can probably go slants, actually. And yeah, they send the corners, or not the corners, they send a wide rush, and just our offensive line has no answer for it. We have not had any answers for this defense so far, and that was what I was afraid of. I don't know what the fix for this is. I don't know what we can do to fix this, because even Nick Chubb is kind of struggling recently in these recent drives. He had some great looks for a minute, but I don't know. I'm gonna try to focus the pass right here. Yep. Just because I haven't seen a whole lot of passing. Or not, I have seen a whole lot of passing, the opposite. I've seen a whole lot of passing in most situations. Now this is where I feel more comfortable going on a run defense-minded play. And even then, we're gonna get Justin Fields down on a sack. Perfect. It's exactly what we needed. And this defense continues to go to work. Let's back these guys up. Pack the sticks. Come on. Don't let any man get beat. And we get another sack. Perfect. This is what we've been needing. This is what we've been needing. Alright, we're at the 2-minute warning, and it's a good spot for the 2-minute warning to show up. This has not been the same game as it was in New Orleans. In New Orleans, this is much more blow for blow. Well, maybe not as much blow for blow, because we played from behind until like the 4th quarter. But there was a lot more control, I guess, is the word I'm looking for, maybe. It felt a lot more controlled than this right now. Our offense is just completely out of that. So, we kind of have to figure things out. Okay. Good grab from Marquise Goodwin. Okay, now we need to find plays. We need to find some decent plays that can work for us here. David Njoku? No, it's just, I don't know, am I throwing it too early? Did I throw that too early? It didn't feel like I did. Alright, let's throw the screen. Couldn't even really get a decent screen going. I don't hate going for it here, because of how trustworthy our defense has been. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. Yeah, and it was really stupid. There was no spacing on any of those routes at all. There was... oh, man. Okay. Watch the pass. Alright, Fields goes down. 2nd and inches. They do kind of get themselves into... They do get themselves into a territory where they're probably comfortable just trying to kick a field goal. They get no inches on that. We're gonna go time here. Okay, not sure what the timeout was for. Let's watch underneath here. This feels like it could be an underneath. Tre'Davious Ward. They're not kicking the field goal again. Wow. That is insulting to Chris Boswell, man. Boswell, what did I say? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. My tongue's tied. But what do you call it? Yeah, that's so insulting. Man. Alright, let's just try to go deep. See if we can make a play. Marquise Goodwin. Can't even get the ball to him. What is going on today, Jameis? What is going on? You have not been getting the ball to him at all. We're gonna run the ball here. It might force them to use their last timeout. I don't want to give up on this half. I don't want to give up on this half just yet. I can't bring myself to give up on the half just yet. I don't know what it is. And I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can't bring myself to give up on the half yet. Even though there's like 10 seconds left right now. Marquise Goodwin gets a great catch, gets pushed out of bounds. That's what we needed. You want me to attempt a 62-yard field goal? That's crazy. That is crazy. The best I can do is try for a touchdown here, but let's see. Brendan Rice. No good. Alright, well, we had a decent play there. There was nothing we could have done. There was really nothing that was going to work. I think we try to keep this on the ground. Throwing the ball has just been terrible for us. They haven't been doing insanely well throwing. I think I'm still more concerned about the run, so we're going to continue to try and defend the run. Okay. And we do get ball at the half. I kind of forgot to mention that. Ooh. Ooh. Marquise Goodwin takes it up to the 47. What a great return. Now that's what we needed. Alright. Team is fresh, but so is their defense. Let's see what we can do. Alright, 6-yard carry. That's not bad. Okay. Two deep safeties once again. I'm kind of feeling a run here. Want to bounce it back in. We get 3 yards out of it, which isn't terrible. I almost want to no-huddle this. And yeah, what a game. What a game right there. It's exactly what we needed. And let's just keep it on the ground. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Right? We're going to flip this, though, because I don't like the amount of defenders that way. I mean, we get 4 yards. Like I said before, you get the right amount of yards per carry. Doesn't matter, you win the game. Even if you get 3 yards per carry, you can win the game. Okay. Well, if you're willing enough, anyways. Okay. Now let's go for a screen, try to trip them up, maybe. If they guess the screen, that would not be great for us. They did not guess the screen was coming. And we do get the first. Now I think this is where we kind of try to go in the air with it. Just to kind of heat check the offense right now. And once again, just... I'm not throwing it late. I know for a fact that was not a late throw. For an absolute fact, that was not a late throw. It's just... Jameis is having a hard time being accurate today. Don't know what it is, but it needs to change because can't have a quarterback not throwing to the receivers correctly, you know. Okay. And we're gonna get sacked. They got the sack when they needed it, just couldn't get any routes to develop, and we're gonna end up kicking this field goal here, taking our points. All right. Well, not super proud of the way that drive went, but it could have gone a lot worse. Could have gone much, much worse. So I'm not that upset about it. Okay. Alrighty, what are we thinking here? Single back. I mean, I'm not really trying to blitz right now. Blitzing has not been a help. It just has not helped. Now I sort of wish I blitzed. Oh no, man. We give up a massive gain. And it's not like Najee Harris is the fastest player out on the field either. This might be another run, we gotta be careful. Okay. And Justin Fields is gonna take this one to the house too. Man. What are we gonna do about that? We just don't have any way to stop that. There's nothing we can do to stop that. They're just running they're running the ball better than we are. And it's sad because on paper we should be running the ball with the best of them. So on paper we were, I think, right? I think we had one of the better running games, statistically speaking. But yeah, it's a shame. It really is. Let's see if we can maybe get something going here. This is a high-risk, high-reward play. That is all I'm going to call it. And we got caught up in the risk. So, yeah. This game is not looking good for us. This was a game that we really need to win. And it's starting to seem like it's not going to happen. Never say never, because the score is not terrible. I've seen a worse score before. We've faced hard deficits before. But it's different when the defense is playing the way that this defense is playing. And I can't get an open receiver. I don't know what to do. I can't get an open receiver. Nothing is panning out for us. It's gonna take a real good hot streak to get things going. It's gonna take Jameis to be on another one right now. It really is. We're gonna pinch this now, because I'm like 99% sure this is gonna be a running play. And it is. But Najee Harris still finds a way to gain 7. That's crazy. Oh man, sorry, I'm not feeling as enthusiastic anymore. But, man, oh man. Okay. Shift. I was hoping he was going to miss the man there. It seemed like he was going to for a minute. Okay. We got to be real. And still, just can't stop the run. Najee Harris is over 100 yards rushing right now. We're not even in the fourth quarter yet. All they have to do is run the ball down our throats and they win this game. That's really all that has to happen. Alright. And even that was a gain of 4. Alright, we're starting to get desperate. It's time to get a little desperate in the playbook here. Cover 0. And that gave up a first down. Alright. I'm getting a little too ahead of myself here. Getting a little too ahead of myself. Come on. Come on. Calvin Austin, that was a great read right there. Alright. We finally give up an incompletion. I have a feeling this is just going to be straight up a run up the gut. Okay, it wasn't necessarily right up the gut, but it was a run. Watch underneath, please. No, not scrambling again. There's nothing we can do about that. I need to start putting QB spies in the end zone. I really do. I don't know why I haven't learned from my mistakes yet. Honestly, as soon as that play started, I was like, I think I know what's coming. But man, we have no answers for that. We have no answers for that. And that's why I was so concerned about Justin Fields starting, because I knew that if he did, I knew that there would be tons of scrambling that we wouldn't have any answers for. And lo and behold, ton of scrambling that we don't have any answers for. That was almost a return for a touchdown. Marquis good when it's on another one when it comes to returning today. Unfortunately, the offense just isn't capitalizing on it whatsoever. I don't know why I'm throwing these. I don't even know why I'm throwing these. In my head, that looked a lot better than it actually ended up being. All right. I need to calm myself. I need to slow down. I need to slow it on down. That looks good. Too bad it's going out of bounds, though. Goodness. Alright. We need to throw this to Nick Chubb. And, oh, get your ball. And Winston puts it on the ground. I don't even know what to do. I'm not sure what the game plan is here. I'm almost thinking about subbing Jameis out and putting in BTR. Just not because like passing reasons, but because it could help us on the ground game. But doesn't really seem like there's a reason to look at the ground game at this point. Seems like this is something that has to be done in the air. And I'm surprised they're keeping it in the air, honestly. I figured they would go just ground game for the rest of the game now. I mean, you might as well. You're up by over 2 scores, right? Yeah. Yeah, you're up by 3 scores. We're getting thoroughly blown out right now. All right. I think that's the first tackle for loss we've had since, like, the first quarter. No, that's not true. Second quarter. So we had a really great defense in the second quarter. Oh, okay. All right. Prove me wrong. We had a really bad third quarter. Our third quarter was terrible. Back the sticks. Let's back up our secondary. And let's protect. All right, perfect. 4th and 18. That's what we like to see. All right. There has to be something on this drive if we want to come back. There absolutely has to be. If nothing happens on this drive, we might as well kiss this whole game goodbye. I feel pressure right now. I'm feeling the pressure. Let's see what ends up happening here. I'm not so sure. But I mean, we need to get something going. David Njoku, that's a great start. Okay. Let's try to keep things going quickly. Nick Chubb, huge catch in space, and that puts us in the red zone. We needed something like we needed plays like this earlier. We really did. Okay. Yeah, Jameis. Oh, he puts it on the ground. I hit the button to slide it. I guess I just hit it a little too late. Man. Come on, get the safety, Put him down at the 1-yard line. They're coming out in the pistol. I mean, we need to blitz. We need to blitz. And we give up a first down? There's no way that was a first down. Man. Jameis Winston. That was a costly fumble. I'm not going to be over that fumble anytime soon. Great tackle right there. That was a great wrap-up. Najee Harris looks a little banged up. They're going to keep him out here anyways. Come No first downs. Man. Nothing could have prepared me for what a great game Najee Harris was going to have. Nothing could have prepared me for that. Alright, we back him up to 4th and 2. That's great. I do think it's a little too late. I think it's a little too late. I mean, never say never. Something could happen. If we score very, very quickly, something could happen. But it's very unlikely. Especially with the way Jameis has been playing today. It's... man. It has not made us look great. It has not made us look very great at all. I'm sure Jameis's completion percentage is probably somewhere in the 40%. It doesn't help when I'm throwing routes like these, but I don't know where else to go right now. Like, just, they're covering us so well. They are really covering us just so well. Please slide this time, thank you. Okay. I couldn't even get the ball out to Jerry Jeudy. We just aren't getting any time. We aren't getting any time out there. Goodwin gets out of bounds, alright. Stopping the clock for us, we appreciate that. Okay, what else can we get going here? Nothing, we get sacked. I know this, a lot of the reasons that we're losing this game was my fault. I mean, I'm just throwing prayers right now. I'm really throwing prayers. Because I don't know what else to do. I just don't know where else to go with the football right now. We're not getting routes that are going to get very open. Yeah, like, there's nothing you can do. None of these routes are opening up for me. Okay. Yeah, nothing. There's not a single open route. Not a single open route. That is gonna do it. 21-3 is the final. Oh, man. The defense didn't play terrible throughout the entire game. You gotta give credit where it is due. Defense played quite well in certain areas. But Jameis Winston thrown for 163 yards at 35% completion. That loses you a game no matter what. You lose a game no matter what when your quarterback throws like this. That interception we had, the fumbles we had, it's just not great. Not great at all. Nick Chubb, 59 yards on the ground. Even he couldn't really get too much going on. Granted, we didn't try to run the ball too much because we got really desperate really fast. So there is that. Marquise Goodwin, 82 yards receiving. He did play pretty great today. Nick Chubb, 52 yards receiving. He played pretty great today as well. We gave up 3 sacks. Jedrick Wills, he gave up a sack. And then David Njoku actually gave up a sack, which is interesting. And then we did have quite a lot of sacks ourselves, really. Because we had Grant Delpit had a sack. Then a half a sack for Zadarius Smith. Half a sack for Maurice Hurst. Half a sack for J.O.K. Half a sack for Myles Garrett. So it wasn't necessarily the worst, but that was a costly game for us. It really was. We are going to do some simulation. We're definitely going to get some simulation done. Weekly awards. Who did we have? Oh, Grant Delpit. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, but we are going to do quite a bit of simulation. We're going to sim probably to like week 15, 16, something like that. We don't need to play the Steelers twice. We just don't. We do have focus players. Now, for the focus players, I think Glenn Watson definitely ends up being one of them. We're just going to go to our favorites list. Glenn Watson. DeMar Spence, we're going to grab. Brian Rhodes, we're going to grab. These are the 3 guys who I might be taking in the first round. So that's, yeah, I'm just, man, I am so sad that we didn't get through that. It really sucked. That was not a fun game to play. We do pick up a win against Denver. That's great. That's definitely what we needed to see. We are going to go ahead and go through our weekly strategy against the Steelers here. We're not going to play them again, but I think it wouldn't be unwise to set up what I think would work best, and I think that's a blitz counter, just because of the amount of times we're getting sacked. But yeah, if we can get a win, if we end up simming this game to a win, that would be a great case scenario for us right now. Looking at the playoff picture, are we in it? We are the 7th seed. Looking right now, we could go up a seed if we do end up beating the Steelers, which would be great. So we'll see. We do have some player upgrades. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at that. Who do we have? DeJuan Jones. That is an important one. Honestly, let's just go pass protector for now. DeJuan Jones, we need more pass protection. Honestly, not that DeJuan Jones has been giving up a lot of sacks. He hasn't. He's actually been he's been one of the better offensive linemen on the team, but we need to work on pass protection. We really do. That game ends up being another heartbreaking loss to the Steelers, so we are officially probably not going to be second place in the AFC North. That sucks, but what are you going to do? We do have weekly awards once again. Is it also Grant Delpit? It's also Grant Delpit. Would you look at that? But yeah, it's so unfortunate. It really is. The Cleveland Browns, man. Cleveland Browns. Kansas City Chiefs, that is not a game I am in high hopes of winning. So I'm not even gonna bother messing with anything. We're just gonna go ahead and sim to the next week, which is going to be probably the final week that we do of this season, most likely. I don't know, depending on what our thing looks like. Well, let's take a look. Actually, it could end up being week 18. We are at 500 now, which I think that knocks us out of the playoffs. It does. So if we could somehow pull a win against the Bengals here, we're not going to play against the Dolphins. We'll probably play the Bengals and Ravens. But if we can somehow pull together a win against Cincinnati, which isn't super unlikely. It's not super unlikely. I think this is probably the most beatable team in the AFC North right now. No, not knocking on Joe Burrow or anything. I think Joe Burrow's the greatest. In my opinion, he's the best quarterback in the league. You could say I see the argument for Lamar Jackson. I see the argument for Patrick Mahomes. I see the argument for all the other guys. I'm not saying it's unarguable. To me, he's the best quarterback in the NFL. But that defense can't do anything. That defense cannot contain a cold. So that is the issue. So if we can pull a win against Cincinnati, Miami, I like our chances. I like our chances in the sim. I like our chances against them. And then if we can somehow pull a win against the Ravens, I think that guarantees us a playoff spot. But I wouldn't necessarily mind tanking. And here's where I'm going to leave the episode off. Here's where I'm going to leave the episode while we're upgrading players, I guess. Because now this is to a point where I need to hear from you guys. Because we could either A, try to make a push for the playoffs, but what's our best case scenario in the playoffs, right? A wild card exit, maybe a wild card upset, like just barely by the scraping of our teeth, and then we lose in like the next round. This is not a Super Bowl team. I'm not going to pretend like it is. Or, I mean, not that I'm knocking making the playoffs. That's a huge deal. If we make the playoffs, that would be amazing. I'd be ecstatic about that. That would just be so great. But there's also the possibility of us tanking. We could try to tank, get a better draft pick, ensure that we get our guy Glenn Watson, and we go from there. What do you guys think? I'm not going to give my opinion. I'm going to leave this up to you guys. I might put a vote on the community page. Maybe I'll leave a pinned comment, something like that. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!